The Sisters Grimm podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Please listen at your own discretion. Tiptoe through the window.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
The most notorious serial killer in the nation, the Night Stalker.
The Boston Strangler.
The Son of Sam. The infamous Zodiac Killer.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Get away from her, you bitch!
Welcome to the Sisters Grimm podcast.
How'd you do this? Show you.
It is another episode of the Sisters Grimm podcast. You got your girl Holly.
And you got your girl Morgan. And we're here to talk about how...
Did you want to say it at the same time?
1, 2, 3.
How to tame your dragon.
All right, one more time. 1, 2, 3. How to lose a guy in 10 days. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I know another one, but I'm not going to do it.
You want to just do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
right.
1, 2, 3.
How to survive a horror movie.
Yeah.
Did you think I was going to fuck with you again?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. How to survive a horror movie.
So, before you can survive a horror movie, you first need to identify what kind of horror movie are you in, because...
There's so many different types.
Yeah, you got your slashers, you got... your hauntings. You have your creatures like vampires, zombies, mummies.
So many different things. Zombies is kind of its own thing because that's almost more of like a contamination.
It is. It really is.
I remember I used to love the game Left 4 Dead. It was like 5 days after the contamination. That shit slapped.
Yeah. Speaking of contamination, what is it called now? The 2019... NCOV? Doi.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that. That's real life horror.
Yeah,
if you want to survive
honestly.
that, don't fucking leave your house.
No, if you want to survive that, just fucking wash your hands and don't be gross.
Yeah,
That's
just
really...
wash your hands so much.
Yeah, just wash your fucking hands. Just don't be an animal and, wash your hands.
Wash your mitts.
So I actually, in researching ish for this episode, I found a book that's actually called How to Survive a Horror Movie.
Oh.
All the Skills to Dodge the Kills.
Hey.
And it's by Seth Grahame-Smith, and he produced It and It Too. And he wrote the books Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Oh, cool.
And he wrote Abraham Lincoln Zombie Killer.
Love that.
Yeah.
This episode could also just be called, like, How Not to Die in real life.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, the likelihood that someone is going to encounter, like, a killer shark, though. Well,
in the Final Destination movies, like, there's no way to prevent that. Again, I guess staying inside, but even then, a knife can just fall on you and kill you if it really wants to.
Yeah, honestly, like, because when I was thinking of different types of them, I'm like, if death is following you,
you're fucked.
Like, if you only have 7 days to live, you're fucked.
Ooh, yeah.
Cry,
oh, God.
cry and say goodbye to your family.
Whoa.
Have a nice little cry.
That just got heavy.
Yeah. But, like, yeah, like, if death is coming after you, panic room.
Yeah, like what Ali Larter does in Final Destination 2. Is that Ali Larter?
Yeah, that's Ali Larter.
Yeah.
Of Heroes?
Love her.
Or just, is it called Heroes or Hero?
Legally Blonde.
Oh, right. Duh. That's where I should know her from.
So should we go by genre, like subgenre?
Yeah. I also wanted to let you know personally, Morgan, that there is a foreword in the book by Wes Craven.
Aww.
And it's because the book is like satirical. It's like a parody kind of. It's like it's funny.
Yeah,
it's a
totally.
funny. It's a funny book.
It's satirical for sure.
It's a funny guy.
It's a funny
so
guy.
the intro is kind of like tongue in cheek, I guess, kind of, and it's Wes Craven like writing a letter, kind of like apologizing to all of the teenagers he's killed in all of his movies.
Wait, I feel like maybe I've read this. How long have you had this book?
I just found out about this book.
Oh, well, then maybe I've read this book.
Maybe you've read this book.
I will say Scream is a good starting place because that's the movie that sort of satirically, but also brilliantly, kind of started pointing those things out. The not at the time 90s, like how to survive a horror movie, but
So
that's like
really,
that's changed.
Yeah, so that's like teenage slasher.
Yeah, teenage
So,
slasher movies,
if you're
which
in
have
teenage-
changed so much.
Right. Let's say you're babysitting, or you could be in a cabin or camping, or like at your friend's dad's like lake house. That's a genre.
Yeah, or like you're at
kids at your
an
high school like, can
abandoned
scream.
school.
Yeah, like at school.
My
at
friends
after
we used to
nights.
break into like abandoned places for fun.
Cool. I hope the statute of limitations is up on that.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I used to do it in college a lot, actually. There's a lot of weird abandoned buildings in Orlando.
Whoa.
Totally. Whoa.
I mean, Scream is like if people from your high school are all starting to die.
Yes.
That's kind of so in those types of movies, you know, they have characters that have, you know, the one personality trait.
Right. It's usually like going back to Cabin in the Woods.
Exactly.
The virgin, the hot girl, the jock, the like intelligent stoner guy.
And then there's like the nice guy.
Yeah, because there's the jock, and then there's like the nice, handsome guy, and then there's like the maybe like not as hot, funny guy.
Yeah, there's
Who can also be a
literally like he's like he's either a stoner or he's like the fat guy that everyone makes fun of, or he's like really annoying but everyone just puts up
Or
with
he's
him.
like the fat asshole guy, like in Cabin Fever, that guy.
Yeah, that guy was. I wouldn't call him fat. I would say he was
Husky.
Husky, yeah. So I mean, yeah, like there's like slut, jock, goth chick. Sometimes.
We don't say slut on this podcast.
Well, I mean, in terms,
Just
I
kidding,
mean,
we do.
there also is usually in these movies, which is also problematic, like a person of color, who is usually who gets killed off first.
But honestly,
But not
I
as much
don't
anymore.
remember that from a lot of old horror movies. Like, I can literally count 2 where that happens.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's Scream
know.
2 where they're literally like trying to call that out.
Yeah.
And then the movie, what's that movie about? Like, One Missed Call.
Oh yeah,
Because that one really pretty, I can't think of her name right now and I feel bad. She was in a lot of teen movies,
Yeah.
but she dies first and she's
So,
black. But
if more-
other than that, I literally can't think of any others.
Yeah, not off the top of my tippy head. In this scenario, we'll just say that Morgan and I are just ourselves because we
Wait, no,
we're
I want to be Brittany
multifaceted.
Snow.
You want to wait? You want to be Brittany in
Prom night.
in the Prom Night remake?
I don't know. I'm just saying things. That's a slasher movie.
Well, then I want to be Kevin Bacon from the first
Friday the 13th. Okay.
I want to die while I'm fucking.
Literally, no, post-coital.
Oh, it's
Coitus.
Coitus, yeah. And then he gets a arrow.
He's literally like laying in the bed, like, damn, and then
Like-
just arrow through the throat.
I know that is scary. I mean, yeah, that would be scary. A lot of times, though, like if you are these characters, like you die, like what you are in the movie is kind of like how you die. Like if you're the slutty character, quote unquote, like using it, like you're gonna die after you have sex
Or during sex.
If like you're a person of color, again problematic, you might die first. But like we said, we can't think of anything really.
Really, it's just the 2, but I'd love to know more. Not that I think that like there should be more,
Yeah.
but like I just don't remember there being a lot.
Yeah. Like the nerd usually finds out like some information about the killer and then dies like before they
or
can tell
the
group.
nerd survives. The nerd survives a lot actually.
The jock is like you know, they're
Trying
probably
to do something heroic but stupid.
Yeah, and they usually get killed. I've noticed a lot in movies. Like they'll usually get killed while they're taking a shower at school at a time where no one else at a time where
Wait,
no
when
one
does
else
that
would
happen
be
other
at the
than and I Know What
school.
You Did Last Summer, and that's at the gym.
It happens in lots of movies.
They just like putting
It
Ren
just
Phillippe in the shower
happened-
because he looks so yummy.
What movie did I watch that it happened in? It might have been called The School. No, it's called School Spirit.
Something kind of happens in the shower in The Faculty.
Yeah, I mean, like,
But
and
no one
it's-
dies.
and it's at
Well, that's not true.
And it's at nighttime, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, who's taking night showers at school?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I
would
guess
just go
probably
home.
jocks.
Yeah, the stoners usually like get like stabbed with their bongs.
Or they're just really high when it happens, and they're like out in the middle of the woods doing high things.
Exactly, because they're just like, I'm high, I'm just gonna stop and get high, and like, oh, there's the killer.
Which is definitely like relatable.
Yeah. And then, you know, as we all know, the nice guy or virgin is usually the one who makes it to the very end.
Or doesn't.
Or doesn't. You never, ever know.
Usually the nice girl virgin is who is the final girl.
Yes, exactly. So
typically.
I think a big thing not to do is, well, I mean, don't have sex, but like in particular, don't have sex in a car.
Yeah.
It follows.
It follows The Hook.
The Chloe version, or Chloe Grace Moretz version, rather, of Carrie.
Oh, that happens?
All those B movies from the, you know, like, because that's what Zodiac did. It happened in the movie Maniac.
Yeah, Zodiac.
Even fucking, like, Titanic, man. Like,
T, bro.
Jack dies after they fuck in that old school
Holy
car.
shit.
I know. It's not a horror movie, but it kind of is.
Kinda, it's horrifying.
It
Speaking of which, we've been watching ship sinking simulation videos on YouTube for the last week.
If any of you follow Morgan or I on
Anything.
Instagram, I don't know what it is. It's scary, and it's also very.
It's scary.
It's just very scary.
But that could lead us into
real.
like, I guess like a. I don't know if these are called like horror movies, but
I was thinking that. Are you thinking of like survival movies where like you're kind of in like a oh shit kind of situation?
Yeah, like the
trapped.
earth is burning.
Oh, like apocalyptic?
I guess kind of. Yeah.
Or like the earth is burning.
The earth is literally burning. No, but you know what I mean. Like I guess like Final Destination-y.
Well, I mean that's just death is coming after you.
Yeah, that's different. I guess.
Let's stick with slasher.
Okay.
I think we have a little bit more. So, because this is kind of like the most
the
tropey.
bread and butter.
Yeah, and it's like
but we're just calling out tropes right now.
Kind of. So, okay, well then let's say,
what are things you personally would do different? What are things that you see in a lot of horror movies that you hate? Obviously, the like running upstairs thing.
Yeah, never run upstairs.
Don't split the fuck up ever.
If you're in a place where you're like trying to
be quiet,
like if you're gonna barricade yourself, well, also just try breathing less. I would try to
like
breathe
I get
less
it
loud.
because like sometimes when I'm walking up the stairs to get to the train, when I get up there and there's a bunch of people, I feel embarrassed when I'm like
oh no,
but like I can't not do it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same. And I have asthma,
so I kind of get
they'd
it.
Find me, but I mean, like
They'd
if
find
you're
you.
barricading, you need to make sure like you have a way out in case they come in. Kind of like how Al Capone had hidden tunnels under Chicago.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
So also,
don't barricade yourself somewhere that once they get in, like you're fucked. That happens so much. Like,
unless you have
Jamie
an
Lee Curtis, why are you going in the closet? Why do you open the door to go in the closet? Just go out the door.
Yeah, you know that whoever it is going to check. If they're looking for you in a room, what do you think they're going to do? Check all the places in a room that a person could be, including...
What's the one hiding spot that you check like every time you think there's someone in your apartment? The closet.
Or under the bed, which
behind
is
the
where
shower
people usually
curtain.
Go. I would never...
Oh my god, under the bed is so scary. That's
I don't think I would... Scary. And if I always think about this actually, like where I would hide, and I think... Like, I don't know, man. Like, in the wall?
In the floor.
Under the floorboards? I don't know.
I was gonna say, like, my first reaction is to run. Like, I would jump out my window into my neighbor's yard, I guess.
And just let Jesus take the wheel on whether or not you break your neck?
No, I would just jump over into their porch.
Well, what are you, Spider-Man?
Hell yeah. That's why I always have shoes in my room. And why I lock my door when I go to bed.
Wow. Do you have a go bag?
No.
You should put
my
that
phone is
together.
all I really need.
I guess so. Phones are just...
I can call an Uber, I can use my card, I can pretty much do anything with my phone. So as long as I have my phone, a pair of shoes, that's why I keep my coats in here.
Also, this is just your bedroom.
Well,
why wouldn't you keep those things
because I keep
here?
my other coats out, like, on my coat rack thing, but
and this
I keep
has been
a coat in here.
Corner with Morgan.
I'm just saying, you've got to have, like, your area of your home ready. Like, I have plants next to my, like, windows because they're cute, but also because I'm going to smash it into your head if you come at me, brother.
Yeah. So, like, I
keep
guess...
a bat in your car also, but that's just very Chicago.
Yeah. I don't think I would be like curious and like go. I would never split up from the group. I would always have at least
that's always the worst.
one other person with me. Also, like, there's safety in numbers, y'all. I wouldn't be like irresponsible and like do things like. I mean, you can say with all of these like, oh, I just wouldn't babysit those kids, or I wouldn't go on that trip. But in this scenario, like more like those incidences have already.
Yeah.
Like, the ball is already rolling, and now we're in the horror movie, and we have to figure out how.
So let's have a scenario.
Okay, so let's say
we're camping in Door County.
Yeah.
And maybe it's you, me, and, like, a couple friends. We won't name anyone, because...
it'll be, like, your boyfriend, a guy who, like, you invited... that you and your boyfriend invited that you, like, secretly want to set me up on, and he and I are embarrassed about it. We have, like, a stoner friend, but let's be, like, really progressive and have it be a girl.
Love that. It's also me.
And
Can I be both characters? Me and Brittany Snow?
So you want to be Brittany Snow so bad.
Because she survives.
So...
It is
oh
beautiful.
But we would need. But the thing is, we need a annoying jock person. But
okay, we don't know any of those.
I wouldn't hang out.
I wouldn't want them to come.
So
they're out.
They like stumble up on us. I don't know. They snuck in the back. I don't even know anyone like that. I'm old.
There's someone's brother that has to come.
Yeah.
This boyfriend I have.
Yes.
This is a very
no.
situation of me having a boyfriend.
Your quote unquote boyfriend has a
annoying brother,
half brother who like is he's
okay,
an
why
addict.
are they not fully related?
I don't know. That's in backstory.
Okay.
And your mom is like
our mom.
Well,
or and Brittany Snow's mom.
Yeah, no, yeah, Brittany. Yeah, no, you share the same mom.
Brittany Snow's aunt because her parents were murdered.
Stop. So you can't apply
Prom
yourself.
Night's really good.
It
has the guy from That Thing You Do.
Oh, it does. Oh my god,
he's the killer.
Okay, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen a movie from 2009.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess if you're camping, I would stay with my friends, do camp stuff.
Stay with your friends. I get the whole wanting to like go off on your own to like fuck, but like just fuck in front of your friends.
Yeah,
who cares? It's 2020.
It's better than dying, So like we would be in this situation, and like a killer would come upon us. I would just run away. Or like climb up into a tree.
Okay, so it depends on what he looks like. So if it's just like an average dude with a gun. That's actually like a heavy ass question.
That's
I don't know.
Scary.
Would you run away in zigzag motions, or would you run at them and try to like defend your friends?
Yeah, some of these situations are kind of like
real life things that we have to think about sometimes.
Well, yeah, and that like you don't know what you would do until you were in that situation.
That's
and
very
I feel
true.
like that's something that's not preventable.
I feel I'm very flight, but who knows?
But who knows? I feel like it's more like avoiding the mistakes that characters have made.
Because at least with the pacing that movies are made in, you can't all die at once.
No.
So it has to, you kind of always get split up for some reason.
Unless
usually
it's
one
Ghost
person
Ship.
gets hurt, so they can't keep going. So someone has to stay with them, and then the other people have to continue on. That's how things happen.
Yeah, that's how like movie people watch movies, and like everyone is always like, oh no, they're gonna die, and it's like, no, they have to stick around to at least act 2.
Right.
Otherwise it's not gonna move the story forward at all.
Also always have like a burner phone,
Yeah.
like just always.
And if you're babysitting kids, like just actually check on them. So what would you do? Okay, so you're babysitting kids.
That also is something that would never happen.
Well, also, it's not as...
Never babysat, ever.
Not as... Well, and it's not as scary, but it is more plausible for someone to be able to call you and be like, I'm in the house.
It's so scary.
Because that story makes it assume that all those families have 2 lines. Because they call them.
No, they're calling from a cell phone that's in the house. Like, they've tracked the cell phone.
That story is so fucking old. It came out before cell phones.
I know, yeah. So,
I think they had 2.
That's actually...
lines.
we should watch that movie soon.
No.
When a Stranger Calls.
That movie's okay. I just
like how big the house is.
I don't like big glass houses.
I like the part where she's running in the gym.
Yeah. Cute. So
No, I don't. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I would if I was babysitting kids and like
That would literally like never happen. I would take them to a hotel
I
and
would
we'd
only
eat a bunch of food and watch a bunch of Netflix.
I'd only babysit kids whose parents had panic rooms.
I'd make them stay up and hang out with me, and then their parents could deal with putting them to bed. I'd be like, "Oops, they got scared."
Just imagine
Imagine me babysitting,
right? But imagine babysitting, like if we were that age, and then being like, "I'm sorry, your kids are awake. I thought we were going to be murdered."
Yeah, just say that.
You're never gonna be called back to be babysitting again,
which isn't a bad thing.
No. So let's say we're in like a haunting paranormal-ish movie.
Okay.
So like you could, like I said, you could say, don't play with the Ouija board. Don't play with creepy dolls.
Don't play with the Ouija
Don't
board.
have a seance. Don't go into that haunted house. But like I said, we're already in these movies. We've already made these poor decisions.
Right.
So like, how do you know you're in a haunted house? Is there blood coming out of like the walls and faucets?
It's a feeling.
Were the previous owners murdered?
Probably.
Do you feel compelled to kill your family?
What? Are we talking Amityville?
Does furniture rearrange itself? Do you see ghosts?
Or what if you're haunted?
What if you were dead the whole time? Oh God!
Whoa,
it's a Jacob's Ladder.
That's an M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah,
Shyamalama ding dong.
Yeah, what if you were dead the whole time?
I don't know.
Yeah, you'd have to see like.
I
like,
think
oh no,
I'd probably
am I
react
dead?
pretty similarly to the way Bruce Willis does.
Accepts it and goes to heaven? ?
I think, right?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I honestly could not tell you how his character.
What happens at
what
the very
ends for
end
him.
after that? Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, with ghost movies, definitely don't play with the Ouija board. That usually doesn't work out in anybody's favor.
And like,
usually,
if you're in a haunted house,
it's always good to have a specialist. When we watched La Llorona the other day because Maria really wanted to watch that movie. It was okay.
She told the story on the podcast.
Yeah, because her grandma used to warn her and her brother of La Llorona. And so we watched the movie, and they had that guy who... Because they talked to the priest, but then they went to that guy who, I guess... I mean, they didn't really go very deep into his character, but he was, I guess, a witch doctor?
The chili peppers.
Or what would he be considered?
Holistic?
Yeah, he was taking the holistic, a little less churchy route.
Yeah. Well, more, I don't know. I mean, it was Hispanic, so it was probably of that, like a Hispanic religion or
well, totally,
something.
Yeah.
Part of the story.
Yeah. But that usually is what happens in most of those movies is they get a specialist of sorts. Okay, Tuesday.
That was the loudest snore in the world.
Like in Insidious, they have that one woman, and
get yourself out. Yeah, outsource. Get people who know,
because you want to know what you're dealing with. Because you want to know if it's something that is haunting in the house. You want to know if it's attached to something, like in Annabelle and those movies. You want to know if it's like an item, or if it's yourself, or it's the place you're at. You've got to know what you're dealing with to know how to deal.
Yeah, because you could be possessed.
Oh, that's a whole other thing. I don't know how you get out of that one.
Well, and like you were saying with like evil, like an object, like the object could be haunted.
Yeah.
And like you have to, like, you never know, like the doll situation.
Just kick it really hard.
I know. You're gonna, okay. Unless this doll has like crazy ass paranormal abilities, chances are you're categorically larger than the doll. Just pick it up.
You're much higher up on the food chain. It's like if your dog, like if Tuesday tried attacking us.
Well, yeah, because
Tuesday's I guess, if she really wanted to.
She's a small dog. Large dogs could definitely take us down. But like, yeah, or like getting water. Dolls don't like water.
Is that proven?
Yes.
It would fuck up their mechanisms if they're like one
People
of those
at
talking
Northwestern
ones.
did a thing, yeah.
Dolls hate water.
In the book I read, they have a test, and it's called the dog test to determine whether or not an object is evil. So you put the object next to the dog, and if the dog does nothing, it's not evil. If the dog barks, it might be evil. If the dog pees and runs away, it's evil.
Oh my god.
If the dog just drops dead, it's 100% evil.
Well, Tuesday hates anything that's like small and looks like it could be something.
She hates anything you just like put next to her in a
She never pees,
manner.
but she always walks away. So what does that mean?
I don't know. That's kind of evil.
If you're dealing with anything paranormal and you have a dog, you better get that dog to someone else's house that can care for them in the time being, okay?
Oh, in any of
because
these
they'll come for your
situations.
dog.
If I'm in a horror movie, the dog better not die.
No,
I don't want to be in a
because
horror
I'm thinking
movie
of
where
The
dog
Conjuring.
dies.
The dog dies.
Oh, the dog dies in
the first
Paranormal
X.
Activity, the second one.
First Halloween.
Dogs die in movies like
Yeah, Paranormal Activity is a
Nobody's
different thing
biz.
too, because that's more of a possession, but that's like more of a cult too. That's like also wild.
cult is a thing. Like if you just met somebody and they want you to come back with them to like their home village to like to celebrate a
midsummer.
a tradition that only comes around every like
Don't go.
13 years. Don't go.
Be busy.
And like if you meet like a guy or girl like while you're traveling,
Oh yeah.
like don't fall in love with them. They're gonna take you
to
somewhere
a hostel
and you are gonna get
your eye taken out.
yeah, no, you're gonna be sacrificed by
Yeah.
her pagan Satanist
You're gonna be
uncle.
bought to be murdered.
Yeah,
Some bitch is gonna Elizabeth Bathory Bath style kill
Bathory
you.
style. Yeah, this isn't like a Nicholas Sparks movie.
No,
like
girl.
you meet somebody and 9 out of 10 times they're gonna catfish
When sex
you.
trafficking is such a huge thing right now. They just caught like 5 or 6 people at a hotel in Gurney. Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No,
That were all trying to like traffic like a bunch of people in
Ew.
Illinois. Like it's literally everywhere. Human trafficking is
oh,
so
it's
fucked up.
everywhere. I heard it's like a really big thing at the Super Bowl too.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, it's very scary. It's a very scary thing, and people need to be more, I think, aware of it. But that's a whole other podcast. So, like, also you have to, where did this, if it's an object,
Yeah.
like, where'd you get it from?
Well, yeah. Once you find out what
Like,
you're
did you
dealing
just
with,
find
then
it
you
somewhere?
dive into that route and
Well,
figure
like,
out.
If you
It.
see a book made out of human skin,
Mm-hmm.
don't read from it. Don't take it. Like if you find a box like sort of unearthed
And
don't
it's
take that
making a
box
weird
home.
noise, Jumanji style. Just leave it alone.
Yeah,
Like
like
leave it alone,
Don't-
Brenda.
yeah, don't it may need to stay just in that spot. You don't know anything about that box.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing.
Bury
What's
it,
in the
girl.
box? What's
Bury
in the
it.
box? Just stay it. Just let it stay there. Like if someone like creepy gives it to you,
Say no, thank you.
white elephant gift.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Take it. Give it to that person at work you hate the most.
Be like, this is your Pandora's box now, Brenda.
Give it to that aunt you don't like very much.
What are other
Genres.
ways you could like stumble upon something? Like it just appears.
You're at a haunted house and there's a book and you
There's
take
a
it,
book.
a la Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark movie.
True. So we also got like the undead, like we said,
Yeah,
zombies.
zombie outbreak movies.
Yeah, vampires.
Again, staying inside is very like underrated.
It's really
you know?
okay, you guys. Just stay inside.
Stay in,
Or
bruh.
like people who have
'cause
been
like-
reanimated. Like, don't bury a
Yeah.
loved one in a cemetery. Like, don't
What?
don't bury someone in like a pet cemetery.
Yeah.
Um,
Even though I
Don't
want Tuesday to
reanimate
come
people.
back, even if she's a little zombie dog.
you've seen Pet? No, she would be a monster. She literally would be a monster. Okay, Tuesday. That's not good for the podcast. But it's good for us.
She's just kicking it with us now.
So, we had a whole episode about zombie apocalypses.
Yeah, because I was gonna say in our zombie episode, like one of the number one things is literally like be up high, which is kind of weird because that's not that's not necessarily a good
Well,
thing in other horror. Like in like a slasher movie, you don't really want to go up high because you can't jump. But in zombie movies, they apparently can't climb or whatever.
no. Well, like in the ones we were talking about, no, because they don't have the ability, like, because we don't have the ability to, so they don't gain any, like, new powers just because they died. But in the case of, like, vampires, they do get powers, so you couldn't go up high because they, like, can turn into bats.
Don't invite them in, a la True Blood.
Don't eat them, or you'll get the coronavirus.
Oh yeah, don't eat from them because then they'll always know where you are.
Don't eat bats, y'all. Oh, that happens?
That's in True Blood too.
True Blood? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, the True Blood rules. So if we're going now zombie, or we've done vampire movies, haven't we?
I think we've done vampires. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, vampire movies
We
are
haven't
kind of
talked about
it's different
mummies.
for mummies.
Mummies, you just got to get them back in their
I
sarcophagus.
don't know, man. The only
sometime.
mummy movie that I can really think of is Under
Under
Wraps,
Wraps.
and he's so cool, man. Like I would love to kick it with Harold. Bro.
There's like like reanimating somebody, like in Frankenstein,
Yeah.
or Reanimator, or Pet Cemetery. Just don't do it.
I guess don't.
Don't.
I'm not gonna.
Don't.
I got no plans to do that. Nobody.
So another big one is aliens. I would.
Well, what if I want to get abducted?
Well, that's like up to you.
Right.
But I mean, I would just assume that if aliens came to Earth, they could be dumb as fuck, but I'm just gonna assume that they're like from a type 3 or category 3 like civilization where they're like billions of years ahead of us technology wise.
Tall grays.
And they can like control energy from other galaxies and destroy us. Or they can be destroyed by water, ? Like in Signs. I don't remember what takes them down.
I don't either, because I just think about Scary Movie 3 when they're like peeing out of their fingers.
Right. Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. He's in Signs.
Yeah.
We should watch Signs.
No, we should watch Joker.
I know, we're
because-
gonna.
Okay. We should watch Signs. I don't know if I've seen all of it because I don't know how they die.
I've seen it, but it's been years.
Been a
It's
while.
been.
So I always thought, like, back when I remember when I saw Independence Day, I'm like, when there's a tornado, you go in the basement. When there's a fire, you get out of the building. What do you do when there's aliens? That was the third
try
thing
to
that could
flirt.
happen. Try to flirt. Be like, hey man, let's do some
See what they're
cross
into.
species breeding going on here.
Basically.
So basically to survive those, flirt with the
Flirt.
aliens. Try to get
That's
some,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean it's a good way to like create diplomatic relations between planets.
Hey, our planet's not going to be here much longer if we keep doing things at the rate in which we're doing them, aka throwing things away. So maybe their planet, like they're all super like renewable and
They're made the aliens are made out of plastic bottles.
what is it?
Rihanna. So let's go to like a shark movie or like
Okay.
so
Which one?
or like okay.
Okay, let's do Shark Night, and then I'm Sarah Paxton.
Shut up. So you're married to Zach Cregger from Whitest Kids You Know.
In real life, yes, but in that movie, I'm dating Ethan from 90210.
Well, I watched a movie recently, and you were married to David Koechner,
Who's he?
an actor. He was in Anchorman.
Well, if I'm Sarah Paxton, I'm also getting raped in the dirt in Last House on
what
the
if you
Left.
were one of those, like a revenge movie? Oh, how would you fuck someone up? Maybe. Like if they hurt you, I would just like
Tie them up first, because I would want them to know I
Maybe we
have the upper
shouldn't
hand.
get too deep into
Oh,
this.
okay.
I mean,
I was ready to.
okay. I'm glad to know that you have a plan.
Oh, I have a plan.
Okay, but yeah, like in movies where I guess like in like Placid, the movie Crawl is a good example because they can't help it. That's a horror
Well, with
movie.
animals,
And
like
Anaconda.
it's really fucked up. Okay, well, Anaconda is not realistic, and that would literally never happen. If an Anaconda is trying to kill you, I forget what you're supposed to do. I was watching some video about it.
Right, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
No, I don't know.
Flirt.
Flirt. No, but with like
Flirt.
big animals in the water, like for the most part,
Just
other
don't
than
go in
like,
the
I mean, like
water.
crocodiles, they will just fuck you up. But like most animals, they're usually taking like a test bite to see like what you taste like. That's why like a lot of surfers get attacked, is because they look like
Seals.
and so they're doing a quick test to see if you're a seal
Yeah,
first.
there's a little champa,
Yeah.
realize you're not food, and then...
Yeah, seals are really bottom of the barrel. They're like always getting eaten by
Yeah,
big
that's
fish.
why orcas fuck people up, too.
Yeah, because they might think you're a
Because
seal.
they're like, oh, seals must be tasty as shit if you are a whale or shark.
Yeah.
Or dolphin? I don't know if they eat
No,
them or not.
I don't think dolphins eat.
I think they only eat lean cuisines. Another thing that I think is really important is to just assume that the cops aren't going to be of any help. Like, if you call them, they're most likely going to be killed. Mm-hmm. They're in on it.
Right.
They're, they're dirty cops. They're, like, family with the people who are, like, trying to kill you or something.
Yeah, or they're just idiots.
Yeah, or they're just, no help at all.
Or they die. That happens a lot.
Yeah, or they get killed by someone else usually. I would always, because I do this in real life. Well, I don't do this in real life. When I had a car and I drove around a lot, always check the back seat.
Always.
In the trunk.
Oh, I always do, because I have a Jeep. So there's a lot of places someone could be.
I cannot tell you how many times I have driven around thinking and accepting the fact that there was someone in the back seat of
Really?
my car.
Okay, I've not
who
done
was
that.
To the point of me pulling off of the highway and like getting out at a gas station to check because I was so scared.
I mean, I've been there like early days of smoking weed for sure.
Don't smoke and drive, y'all.
No, I just mean like being like so dead set. Like I did an edible the other day and I knew there was someone in here, Holly.
Yeah.
I saw a piece of wood that like didn't look normal and I was like, who left this stick in my apartment?
Why did you have a stick in your apartment?
I still don't know.
Huh. Interesting. Another thing I've noticed is like never splash your face with some water.
Yeah, and look up at the mirror because guess what? He's behind you.
That's like how you conjure. Like, also,
yeah, that is basically worse than using
saying-
a Ouija board.
Yeah.
It's just rinsing your face off with water
Yeah, no.
in a bathroom.
Don't say their name 3 times. Just literally.
Yeah, just throw water at your face and
just
Candyman's
go
already
tap with
pulling
some
your intestines
cool
out.
water. Yeah, that's literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Use a toner. Like, just use a toner.
Or it's gonna be one of those fake outs where they're not there, but then you turn around and they are. So
Yeah.
don't do it. Just don't do that.
Totally.
And always, always, always make sure that the killer is actually dead.
Oh, yeah, double tap. Very Zombieland.
Yeah. So if it is
Cut
a
their
zombie,
head the fuck off.
get their head.
Cut their head off and then mount it on your wall.
Yeah, get their head as far away from their body as humanly possible.
Yeah, separate them. 2 different river systems that will never meet together.
Yeah, 2 different like East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
Honestly, one in Chicago and then put one down in Perth, Australia.
Yeah, honestly, bro. Like UPS him, like UPS air his ass to like
Perth.
Yeah.
To Perth. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, double tap or like set them on fire, ashes.
And this is true too of like honestly real life. If someone's trying to attack you, and if you have to like use force, make sure they're dead.
Yeah, you can't take their head off.
And in another way, if you're alive but someone has done something that could have killed you, play dead.
Yes.
Put a body on your body and pretend that you're both dead.
Get a little
one
of
of you
their
is-
blood and put it on your head.
face.
Or,
Head would have
man,
rhymed, you
damn
dumb
it.
bitch.
I suck.
Yeah, honestly, I really thought you were going to come in with me on that one.
Yeah. Wow, I really dropped the ball.
Okay.
I wouldn't survive a horror movie, I guess.
Nope. So anything else? I'm trying to think of just other things that I've always thought of. I mean, honestly, a panic room.
Yeah.
I've always
Just
wanted a
literally
panic
go.
room.
Oh my god. I would
Goals.
die for a panic room.
When I was younger, I used to tell people I went to school with that we had a panic room. But I would be like, I can't show you how to activate it. But we have one.
Where did you tell them? Where
Powder room.
the half bath?
Yeah.
Wow. that you said that was like, so that was it, or that was how you got to it?
That was like the entrance point.
So like,
but it was somewhere
the
else.
toilet, like the toilet comes up and you slide down a pole, and all of a sudden,
No,
you're
I
in
never
our
told
nasty-ass
them.
basement. Well, did you ever think about it in your head?
Yeah, there's like certain markings on the walls that you would have to push.
Wow, you gave this a lot of thought. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Our basement has a lot of little rooms. You could.
Oh, our house is literally like where a horror movie begins.
I think we've said on the podcast before, our basement looks like the basement.
Well, and the attic is also fucking horrifying.
In the
All
beginning,
of it's scary.
Yeah, in the beginning of Us Murder House, like, the opener.
It's the exact same basement.
We just don't have formaldehyde jars of,
Bodies and shit.
and pig fetuses.
Yeah, it was just like some fridges.
Some pig fetuses.
Yeah, it was just like a lot of paint down there, honestly.
And books.
Books?
Yeah, there's a lot of my books are still down there.
That makes sense. Well, if you've got nothing else, I think that is.
I think that's a good place.
That's
to
an
stop.
episode.
That's an episode.
That's what I call an episode.
So follow us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/The Sisters Grimm Podcast.
Follow us on Instagram at The Sisters Grimm Podcast.
It's Twitter. That's just Sisters Grimm Pod. That's the only one that's different. Follow me personally at Holly Cheeseburger.
I'm Morgan D. Freeberg. And also like and subscribe and leave us reviews. We really like reading them, and the mean ones can go suck a dick.
I mean, isn't that just true of anyone who trolls? Like, if you take the time to, like, write something yucky about someone else, like,
you take
I feel
the time
sorry
to
for
say,
you,
I'm
man.
not listening to this anymore. It's just as easy to stop listening.
Yeah, like, you went to extra trouble just to say you're not going to listen to a thing. That's
totally. Anyways.
dumb. That's really
Especially
dumb.
for this podcast, because it's perfect.
Yeah, we have zero
Flaws. None.
Zero
Well,
whatsoever.
at least I don't.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, me neither. I'm perfect. What are you talking about?